Hi, everyone. Welcome to the final edition of Ladies of STEAM. I hope you've been enjoying them. If you've missed any, they are all available on the Noble YouTube channel. So, as I said, this is our last one, and we're going to be learning about Ellen Ochoa, who is an astronaut. And the book I have about her is actually available through Hoopla, which is one of our digital services. You can get ebooks, music, and audiobooks. And so let me share my screen and we'll learn a little bit about Ellen Ochoa. Okay. Let me make this bigger. And get rid of me. Okay. So there she is. Ellen Ochoa is an inventor and an astronaut. She was the first Hispanic woman to go into space. Ellen was born May 10th, 1958 in Los Angeles, California. As a child, Ellen was curious. From her parents, Ellen learned that school was important. Ellen was a good student. She enjoyed math, science, and music. After high school, Ellen went to San Diego State University. She studied physics. Ellen graduated in 1980. Then she studied electrical engineering at Stanford University. So here you see Ellen earned 2 degrees at Stanford, which is a really good school. It's very smart. After school, Ellen worked at science research centers. As a scientist, she made 3 inventions. Her inventions helped computers see images. So that's pretty cool. Ellen had another big goal. She wanted to go into space. Ellen applied to NASA's astronaut program. In 1990, Ellen entered astronaut training. Ellen's first space flight was in 1993. And so this picture over here, it says Ellen during astronaut training. So that's just some training you have to do. It looks like she's in the water. If you want to be an astronaut, if you want to learn more about astronaut training, we do have some books at the library you can borrow. In space, Ellen and her crew studied how the sun affects Earth's atmosphere. Ellen also ran a robotic arm. She went on 3 more space missions. Ellen spent nearly 1,000 hours in space. So remember earlier when I said Ellen liked music? Well, she plays the flute, and here she is playing the flute while in space, which is pretty cool. Ellen still works for NASA. She became the director of the Johnson Space Center in 2012. The Space Center is home to Mission Control. So now she's the director of the whole Space Center, which is pretty cool, very impressive. Ellen continues to speak about her time being an astronaut. Ellen especially enjoys speaking to students. 4 schools in the United States have been named after her. I think that's pretty awesome. Wouldn't you like a school named after you? By becoming an astronaut, Ellen also became a role model. She has achieved many of her goals. Ellen wants to help others achieve their goals too. The end. Whoops. Oh, stop share. Couldn't find it for a second. So I have a little bit more information about Ellen that I want to read. She's a pretty cool lady. As you can see, I have my trademark Post-it to help me remember where it is. So this is just about her experience in space. Arriba, up, up, up. In 1993, Ellen flew into space as a mission specialist aboard the Space Shuttle Discovery mission STS-56. On the 9-day mission, 200 miles from Earth, going 5 miles per second, she controlled the robotic arm and captured a satellite used for the study of the sun. Being an astronaut excited Ellen because it allows you to learn continuously like you do in school, she said. Ellen zoomed into space on 4 space missions from 1993 to 2002. In each journey with her team, she performed slightly different maneuvers of increasing difficulty. Out in space, Ellen marveled at Earth. How beautiful and fragile it is. After a long day with the robotic arm maneuvering spacewalks, Ellen added water to cookies and ate dried fruit and tortillas. Weightless, she did a front flip while brushing her teeth. And then she emailed her husband and 2 children. Dr. Ellen Ochoa, the first Hispanic astronaut, became the first Hispanic director of the Lyndon B. Johnson Space Center. She has worked towards human habitats on the moon and eventually Mars. And she has a new goal, to establish summer camps for children like her who never dreamed of riding the stars many moons ago. So I just wanted to read that because that had a little bit more information about her missions and what she did in space. And then this book just has a really cool picture of her for her NASA picture right before she went on a space shuttle mission. So you can see her in her spacesuit, looking pretty spiffy, I think. And then this other picture says she floats through the tunnel that connected Discovery to the ISS. So floating in space. So she's pretty cool. And we have lots of books on her and other astronauts if you want to read more. So we're going to do a fun activity. This is actually an activity that is recommended to do outside. And again, like with everything else that's STEAM related, you should always talk to your parent first, make sure you get permission. For this one, I would definitely recommend parental supervision because we are going to be blasting off rockets. So I already have mine partially ready. You're going to need a bottle. This is like one of those 16-ounce bottles, I believe. And you're going to want straws. What I was following said 3 straws, but you're going to have it stand upside down on the straws. And for me, it would not stand up with 3. So I added 4 and I used duct tape to hold it together. And then you're going to put some vinegar in it. And you don't need to do too much. I might have a little bit too much. We'll see what happens. And I also, I just added a little color food dye just because I wanted everyone to be able to see it better. So yeah, vinegar with food dye in here. You're also going to need a cork because you're going to flip it upside down. And so you're going to want the cork to just have some pressure. So it's going to pop off pretty much. And you don't want everything to fall out before you're ready. And then you're going to need some baking soda. And what you're going to do is take 2 tablespoons and you're going to wrap it in a paper towel. So it's like a little package. And then you're going to put that in there. So let me get the rest of this together and I will meet you outside. Okay, so I am back outside. It's a little windy today, so hopefully everything will work okay. As you can see, I accessorized a little bit. It recommended that you wear safety goggles, and whenever anything recommends you wear safety goggles, you should listen. So I have my baking powder all wrapped up in this, and ooh, this is gonna be hard to do one-handed. Trying to see if I can. Okay, so actually it might be good to have your adult or grown up with you just so they can help you do this two-handed. Let's see. I'll just prop this up maybe. There. So yeah, I don't know, this might be a little too thick to get in. I'm gonna rip a little off. Oh dear, I'm losing some baking powder. That's not good. They're already working. Uh-oh. I don't have fast hands. So you put that in. And I was too slow. Okay, so I'm back for take 2. Just keep in mind that, things don't always work out the way you want to. That's why they're called science experiments. You don't just give up. The people we talk about, Emily Roblin, Myelin, Ellen Ochoa, they didn't give up. They kept trying. And so that's important to remember, to just keep trying and see what happens next time. So I refilled it with vinegar. I did a little bit less this time. And I also have a smaller wrapped of baking powder. I'm going to take a step back and let's try again. And okay, I hope that got on tape very good. I didn't have a chance to step back, but luckily I don't think I got splashed. Luckily it's just water though, or vinegar. That should come off. But yeah, this was a lot of fun. And yeah, sometimes don't give up the first time it doesn't work. Just try again. So stay tuned for more programs like this online and hopefully in person soon.